my crafty friends, it's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I am going to be sharing with you the last video in my series that I've been doing on my channel every Friday. It's the top 10 of 5. So this is the top 10 books that I created from my Cheaply Chic journals collections. And this one was a hard one. I have to admit it was probably the most difficult because I do love them all, but there are definitely some that are my favorites. And some of them I'm actually surprised made it on this list. And I really looked at kind of going through the top 5 of all the other ones that I did. So I did 4 other videos in the series. And I looked at those videos and I thought, oh, I kept using that journal and it kept pointing out things in that journal. So yeah, as I go through, I'll definitely tell you the ones that I was a little surprised made it on the list. And I do have some honorable mentions as well in the video, so we will see what happens. Let's see which one is going to be crowned my the top one. I'm curious to know. I would love to actually get your opinions if you've been watching the series and kind of seeing the different things. Maybe you can pick out which one is my top journal that you maybe leave it down in the comment before you get to that spot. All right, so here we go. So I don't know if this one is in here because it's the latest one that I've done because sometimes we just like the newest things that we have. But it's funny because I don't think in any of the videos, I don't remember pulling this as any, oh yes, I used this one in my embellishment one. So I did pull it once, but yeah, so I think this one is because it's so pretty. And I do have flip-throughs of all of these collections. I'm pretty sure I have flip-throughs of all of them. So you can definitely check those out in my playlist that's down below. But yeah, so this one, I think, I just love it. I love how the pink and the blues and the colors and the butterfly and the flowers, I really love it. I love the elements that I used in here. I had a sticker sheet from the Dollar Tree that had a bunch of floral roses on it. And I literally just like took that sticker sheet and just like started adding it to different pages. Like I put it right here, and then like I don't even think I showed it in the video because I think I did it after the fact. And it was just so fun to like take that whole sticker sheet and like literally just let it explode all over this book. So yeah, it might be because it's my newest book that it's in this list, but I definitely do love it. Choose Love made it onto this top 10. I'm a little bit surprised that the Choose Love one made it on. I am not a Valentine's Day girl. It's not really my thing. I'm not in a relationship and it's not really my thing. But I think it made it on here because there's quite a few elements in here that I really do like. I used the middle signature. I used the Dollar Tree pages for this one. There's several different things that I used in here that as I was going through and doing my other videos, I kept coming back to this one. So I felt like it needed to be on here because there was just so many different things that I liked about it. And just because I don't specifically love Valentine's Day doesn't necessarily mean that I don't love love. So yeah, so I do appreciate a lot of components in this journal, and that's why it made it on the list. Okay, the Timeless Journal. First of all, I love this cover. This cover has a special place in my heart because of this journal right here. I'll leave a link up here for a flip through of this. This is a journal I just purchased from Cheaply Chic that she had created, and it's the same fabric. So it's got a little special place in my heart, this fabric piece, but I just love the cover. I think it's so pretty. I added these little bits on here, and then I think I might have even added that. I can't remember if that was originally there or not, but I think I added that. And yeah, I just love how this looks just throughout. It's very vintagey. It's got a lot of different components to it, a lot of elements. So yeah, it's one of my faves. Okay, my Give Thanks journal. So I am actually really surprised it made it on the list, but I had to include it because there were so many components in here that I put in my other videos. I used this tag in one of the videos. I used this little pull thing. I used this and this in my layout video. So it's like there's so many different components in here that I added into my other journals that this had to go on the list. It just had to. So, which kind of surprises me. Not that I don't love it. Don't get me wrong. I love all of them, but I didn't think it was my favorite. Like I didn't think it was one of my favorites until I saw, until I started going through all these videos and was like, oh, I actually think that's one of my favorites because I keep pulling that and I keep looking at it and I keep finding elements that I really loved about it. So this made it onto the list. I think this homegrown collection, I think the homegrown journal made it in every single video, I think, of my other top 10 videos. I think there was an element in here that I enjoyed. Actually, this element right here was my top one. I made it to the top one in my embellishment video. Spoiler if you hadn't seen that already. But yeah, I just really think it's super pretty. I love that. And there's so many components in here, and it just, I really wanted to document my home and just the adventures that I'm having in my home. So don't have any right now happening right now in my home, but hopefully eventually we'll get back to that space where I can have people in my house and things. But yeah, so that is why I just love this journal so much. Okay, so the Breathe collection. And if you had watched my other videos, you would have probably known this is going to be in here. First of all, I love how I added elements to the cover. I added all of these pieces to the cover, and I was really afraid to add these pieces. I was really debating when I was doing it. Should I add them? Should I not? And now that I have them on there, I can't even imagine not having it on here. And yeah, so I just really I think the reason that I love this so much is because of the theme and how I used it and how I used all the different components and of the journal, the collection itself, and it's just super pretty. Okay, so Renewed collection. Now I think this one also made it almost to every single video I had on here. There's definitely a lot of components in this video, and I don't want to flip through it too much because there is I did a lot of journaling in here. But I really do. There's so many elements in here that I love. I love this little fabric flip I made. I put this in one of my layout videos, the layout video that I just did. So yeah, there's so many components in this journal that I love. And I truly love the cover. I think it's so pretty how she used the circle doily and like accented this really pretty image on the paper. It's really, really pretty to me. So a couple of honorable mentions that I wanted to mention to you is, the first one is the Be Brave collection. You can't include them all. And I had to have this in the video because I loved that she went outside of the box on this one. This was kind of the first time Lynette did a boho-y type journal, and it was the first boho type journal I've ever created too in. So I really had to think outside of the box with all these bright colors and kind of just using all the elements that came in the collection. I really had to think outside of the box and really kind of push my creativity, and I really found that really fun. I think it didn't make it onto the list because I don't know if I executed it as well as I would have wanted to, but I had a lot of fun creating it, and I felt like I just had to at least put it in the honorable mentions because it is super fun to look at, and it's bright and fun and cheery, and I've got a bunch of stuff hanging out, and it's really fun, so I had to include it. So the Be Merry collection. Now, this is another one I was a little bit surprised is on the list. Not really surprised because Christmas is my favorite and I love Christmas. I think it was more or less because I don't really know. At the time when I was doing this, I didn't feel like it was the best I've ever created. Like, there's just not really anything super, super fantastic in here except the cover. I just absolutely love the cover. Yes, but there were so many components as I was going through. I think this made it on the honorable mentions like almost every single video. So that's why I went ahead and included it in this video. All right. So I had to include these 3 in this video. And these are the 3 that I haven't worked in. And I felt like in the videos, I was featuring all of these different components from all of the video or all of the collections that I've worked in and done work in. And these 3 little books were just sitting there like, she's never going to pick me. She's not going to pick me for the video because she didn't even work in me. So I'm pretty sure this was her first one. I think this was the very first collection she ever came up with. And I didn't do anything in it. And I'm just like so disappointed in myself that I never did anything in this journal. I love the cover. I think it's beautiful. And I don't know. It just never, it worked out. And then the Believe one, I didn't do anything in here either. It's totally completely empty. I did a little bit of journaling. Like I made it a list. I started doing like lists in here, but like no decoration at all in this video. This little one. And then this one, I was super surprised that I didn't do anything in here because delight was the word that I had chosen the same year that she had put this out. My word for the year was delight. So I was so excited when she put this collection out because it was delight. And I didn't do anything in it. I don't know what happened. My mojo wasn't there and I did not do anything in this video. I don't know what was going on in my life that I didn't do anything, but obviously something was going on because I didn't create in these three collections. My wings journal. This one I had to include in this list because I did something a little different than I generally do. I've never done anything like this and I've never seen anybody do this. But basically what I did was I took some of the pages and I kind of made like what I called portfolios. So like this one folds out and kind of makes a portfolio. This one it's like makes a little portfolio. And so each little page is like a different portfolio. So this one is in here. This one has a magnet closure. This one has a little envelope closure thing. This one, there's one right here. This has stuff written in it, so I'm not going to open it, but it opens with a tie. I just think it was really super unique, the idea that I had to do this. And I also loved the different colors. It's definitely a color scheme that I hadn't really worked with, was a lot of blacks and kind of that more darker tones. And it was really fun to push myself to create that way. So this definitely had to go on the list. The Grow Girl is another one of my favorites. I actually went out and bought this paper pad one after this. I found it at Tuesday morning and I literally did a little happy dance in the store when I found it because I just loved this collection so much. I loved working in it. I loved working in the elements and the components that she had. She had these cool seed packets in there, and then I found this Dollar Tree like vegetable thing. It had a bunch of these big stickers in it. Let me show you. Where's the other one at? Where is it at? Oh, here it is. Like this one, and then the mushrooms, and then there was a tomato too. This big tomato one that I had like done the little cutoff thing. And I found some really cute things from my collection that I used, and I loved working in this one. It was super fun to create it, and yeah, I really love this one. Okay, so the Sunny Days collection, I love this journal. First of all, I love it because I was able to get my hands on one of the covers that she had made for the journal. And granted, I could use it in other journals, but it was made for this journal. I just feel like it belongs with this journal. So, and the fact that it's some strawberry themed. I mean, when she put this journal out, she did like a little sneak peek of the napkins that she included in the journal, and like some of the little embellishments. She did a sneak peek on her Facebook group. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I was so excited. And there's just so many elements. I used so many strawberry elements and mason jars, and there's the ribbons and the laces and just all this like stuff that I had. And I love the color combination of the red and the blue and the different colors that I used in here. So it just makes me happy. I just wanted to say thank you guys for going along on this adventure with me. If you watched all 5 videos, if you're just watching this one, if you just watched a couple minutes of this, you know, a couple of them, that's great. I'm just really loved sharing these ideas with you and these journals with you. And it's something I will continue doing as long as Lynette does her journal collections. I will get them, whether she sends them to me through being a design team member or I have to buy them myself. I will have her collections because I love them. They bring me joy, and I am so I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of hers. And yeah, I just had super, super fun recording all these videos for you, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. If you have, give this video a big thumbs up, share it with other friends, your junk journaling community, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye for now.